Hi there, everybody. I hope you're doing well in these challenging transitional times. I just wanted to speak on the most recent video that we put up in regards to education. I think everybody would agree how important the nature of education is. And for most all of us, there have been some pivotal pieces left out of all of our education. And that is the very nature of what sovereignty actually is and non-sovereignty. Because everybody on this planet, whether they know it or not at this time, other than a very small few, are non-sovereign citizens living in non-sovereign states, within non-sovereign entities, and quite literally governed by constitutional and international law. Now, we find ourselves in that place because we've never been taught what sovereignty actually is. The very nature of being sovereign, which we are at birth, we gave away and we didn't even know it. We've been doing it for many hundreds of years at this point in time. Constitutional and international law that we're all bound by as a result of being non-sovereign, we are all governed back to and under the Holy See. That is all countries, all states within those countries, all the people, your money, your property, everything. You don't own a thing. You think you do, but you don't own anything. It all falls under various laws, under Constitution, international law, and the seven law families. Man-made laws and exists and is owned by the Holy See. Sovereign and monarch law, however, being binary laws, it's a very different situation. We've never been taught any of these things as kids, as adults, as at any time during our lifetime. None of us have been taught these things. Many of us have been on quite an interesting journey to discover how to take ourselves out of this system of slavery, if you want to call it. I guess that sums it up. Literally, you don't own your money. You don't own your home. You don't even own yourself. Now, we didn't do this deliberately to ourselves. It was very cleverly coerced from us, a little bit at a time, from childhood. And then you just get used to certain things. It's a bit like Plato's cave, if you understand the analogy. When you come out of it, things will be very different. But it all comes back to education. From the very early days of the Holy See and the Vatican, it was part of their whole agenda. Very cleverly implemented through the various factions and groups for the last couple of thousand years, in particular the last 500-600. If you go from the Nicene Creed, Sesquive Agreement, Treaty of Westphalia, Treaty of Gaul. Start researching these things as a first step. But these are all the things that have led to us having our sovereignty, well, I was about to say taken away. I guess you could say that, but we gave it away and we didn't even know. So one of the first things about sovereignty is being responsible. You can't just put your hand up and say, I'm sovereign, I'm taking responsibility. There's more to it than that. As I said in one of the previous videos, in explanation as to Constantinople, Constantine, the origins of these things, going back to the Roman Empire. We literally find ourselves in a place where, does any of it make any sense? It's another lockdown, that's all it is. There have been lockdowns all along the way. And this is the most in-your-face lockdown that you've ever seen. 9/11 was another step. Patriot Act laws, all of those things that started to be brought into place. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble on about this too much more, other than to say the Kingdom of Manna is literally here to re-educate everybody and empower them at the same time to understand, yes, you are sovereign at birth. Currently, no, you are not. You are non-sovereign citizens within structures and systems and treaties that were put in place to control you, to use you as commodity, as an asset, to allow you to think that you're free to a certain degree, but always have you on a string and pull you in when need be. Never has that been more evident than right this moment in time. There'll be some big surprises coming out. I know everybody's waiting for them. Like, it's all coming, it's coming. They all think it's Mr. Trump and all the... There's far more to it and far higher up the chain of command than Mr. T. Although he was doing quite a good job when he was in place as the CEO of essentially a company, a corporate. Nothing to be surprised about here. Anyway, just want to let you all know who listen to this, we have the education and the information and ways and means to direct you towards understanding, firstly, what you were born as in terms of your sovereignty, and then how to retain that, or how to restore it, reclaim it. It was masterful what the enemy managed to execute for so long, right under everybody's nose, all hidden in plain sight. Now they're not even trying to hide it. It's just in plain sight. It's pretty obvious right now what their intentions have always been. Coming to the end of a war and many battles that have been going on for the last 5 or 6 years. I mean, of course, we know they've been going on for a lot longer, but those ones weren't about freedom, even though they would have been wrapped up in that as a message to get people revved up to go and stand opposite each other and blow each other's damn heads off for no reason whatsoever other than the manipulations that were behind it. This is truly about freedom right now, about reclaiming your sovereign status, reclaiming your body, your soul, your mind, truly your freedom. Anyway, it is an exciting time to be here. We're going to see some great changes. God bless you all. Thank God. Much love.